Te pup, Bobby, ce faci? Te pup, Cristian, salut, salut Ioan, Bolo, salut viața mea, salutare, Alin, salutare, salutare, Rafi, Tincode, salut Andrei, salut nebunii mei, ce faceți? Te pup, Panda, salut bă nebunilor, ce faceți? Hai să ne uităm și noi acolo la turneu, la forță, la băieția grei, te pup, Bran, Sugar Daddy, salut. Trage, imediat după ce fumez, șefule, după ce fumez o trag. Știu că mă văd de zici că acum fac înălțarea la cer, dar aia e, 2-9. Salut, Alex. Salutare, bă, nebunilor, hai să dăm și noi acolo un share, vă rog frumos din suflet, te pup, băibatule, de unde e scaunul ce tare? De pe Amazon, șefule, hai să dăm și noi acolo un like și un share, da, vă rog frumos din suflet, cu YouTube-ul, cu forță, să dăm și noi 2-9. După aia trag draperia, mă, că vă și curul vostru, da? Mă văd de zici că sunt la mănăstirea Agapia să mor. Ce faci de YouTube? Cum adică ce faci de YouTube? Nu, că nu mă duc lângă Iisus, nebunule, că-s prea tânăr, ești nebun, sunt forță. Salutare eu, salutare tuturor lumea, ne jucăm și noi puțin până începem EMEA. Și după aia mai încolo dăm și noi niște local team-uri, mai vedem ce mai facem, mai... Poate dăm și un OMTV la mișto. Da, Andrei, hai pe YouTube și ai ID-ul meu. Vop supărarea când vine, dau un voi și dau eu bine. Tânga, 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 tânga. Salut, fratelo, te pup, ce naiba să fac? Uite, am intrat și eu puțin pe live, te pup dulce, puiul meu. Voi ce faceți, nebunilor? Oana, mersi, mersi acolo, te pup, puiul meu. Ce l-a ars acolo pe brand să moar. Vezi că vă arde asta dacă dați prea multe emoji-uri de alea să nebunesc. Nu. EMEA începe imediat în 20 de minute, 30 de minute.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you join our crew?
What?
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, brother. You, let's go subscribe my channel on YouTube. I'm live streaming now. It's
Add
same
me to
name.
friend. Add me to friend.
Yeah, really. I start now. It's the same name, same name here. NG Blind.
I will go now. Wait. On phone,
Hai
okay? Wait.
Hai cu MC, drăguț.
Yeah, on
Hi, that's
YouTube.
to friend. Can
Yeah.
you add me to friends?
Okay.
Okay, I subscribe it.
تعالوا بوتكام يا شباب.
Thank you, brother. Love you.
Three.
Vă frăpați inima, dar nu mai scris cu telemarcă Vardia asta, te pupă, vă pup pe toți, hai să dăm și noi acolo un share, vă rog frumos din suflet. Parfumul tău e pe perna mea, nu mai simt prezența ta, eu regret. Aoleu și vai de mine. Ei, de ce-mi dai arma asta nu e bine. Ei, iarba-i verde cum de arată. Am lac și nu se mai iartă. L-a prins fix pe ăla care mi-a zis să mor, săracul de el. Ce traumă sociale i-am dat. Nu știu, Tarepan, la ce nu mai trimite notificări? Te pup, Tarepan, ce faci? Cred că nu știu, că am văzut că nu prea mai lumea așa 2-9, că cred că de la notificări, nu știu sigur. Bună, Nicoleta, vă pup pe toată lumea, haideți să rupim și noi cu tunoșul de share acolo, da, vă rog. Traumă socială le-am dat, mâncava și curul vostru. Le-am dat. Bă, după mine tragi, băi, obositule. Ești acolo, mâncați și pulpele tale. What, sugaciule? Mai trag un pic din pipă să... Mai trag un pic din pipă. Mai trag așa un pic. E primul meci și vreau să-l bag pe sugaciu. Stau mă de aici, mă, pedofilule. Futu-te în gură, dar nu te eu arde eu pe tine. Îmi bag și un de asta, că e nasol cu el. Da, comentez. Păi da, știu, nu mi-a mai trimis notificări în ultimul timp. Te văd, bulangiule! A, de bă, că nu mai am gloanțe, trăiască familia ta, cât vrei să mă ție și ea. Hello, bro.
Hello.
Bro, you talk with me.
My name. Yeah.
After start the match, yeah? In the lobby, you talk with me.
Why
Okay.
you finish, my friend?
I don't see your name, bro. I'm so sorry for that. Tell him I'm sorry for that.
Sacul este să faci multă problematică.
Because I'm staying on live stream and I'm looking here too much, you understand, on the
Yeah.
message with my friends. But I'm sorry, bro. Tell your friend I'm sorry. Okay? Let's
Can you
go.
play with... Do you want to play with us?
But now they are starting the one tournament, bro. And I'm looking that I'm not playing. It's only that match, and after that I'm looking on the one
Yeah.
tournament. I go. Let's go kill all the bootcamp, bro. But I need ammo. I don't have ammo.
I can...
Oh, I have. Let's go. I go kill. I go kill. Miruna, te pup. Salutare la toată lumea, vă pup nebunilor. Ce faceți? Mi-am găsit tovarăș, mâncava și curul vostru dacă nu mi-am găsit aici tovarășul meu. Cam brother, cam brother, cam. Let's go kill all.
Yeah. You play TDM?
Yeah, I play TDM. You want to play with
Maybe
me?
you want. Yeah.
You have room? You have room?
1v1? No.
Fuck, I don't have room, bro.
I'm yeah. Fuck.
Here, enemy. Oh, you're scaring me, fuck. Oh, good job, bro, good job. Vă pup pe toți nebunilor, dați-vă acolo un like, un share și un subscribe.
I need medicine.
You have here adrenaline, bro, syringe, and I give you now. Take that.
First aid me.
Yeah, I give you.
Thank you.
Don't worry. Let's go Paradise.
Yeah, let's go Paradise.
Mi-am găsit mâncava și curul vostru tovarăș. Tovarășul meu de cruce să mor dacă ăsta mă doi nouă. Salutare nebunilor.
I must.
Sorry, bro.
I
Enemy
Oh.
here. Whoa, sorry. Oh, take that. Oh,
I have.
Watch
no,
out!
take that. Fucking shit, I don't see you, bro, sorry.
It's so hard.
I know. Let's go. Ia să-mi omor tovarășul, mâncava și coaiele mele să vi le mânc. Haide că imediat începe turneul, în 20 de minute ne și uităm la el. Prieten pe viață ăsta, mâncava și curul vostru, dacă nu bat cruce cu el. Where you from, bro? Where you from?
I'm from Lithuania.
Lithuania, ok, me Romanian. Viața noastră. În viața
You-
mea e și bună și rea.
You know Walden?
What, the Lithuania?
Uh,
Yeah, I know.
Walden.
I know.
He's playing right.
Yeah,
He plays Screams.
yeah, I play Scream, same. I play on the PMCO. Too many
what tier?
players.
What tier is Screams?
Tier 1 and 2. Only 1 and 2. L-am dat afară. Păi vrei să zic eu cum e viața mea? Viața mea e și bună și rea,
Știu
dar și
ce.
să mă bucur de ea.
What team?
Miau. Enemy? Woohoo! Good job, bro! Fucking campers!
Fucking hunter.
I know, I hate them, bro. I hate campers.
Este o sache, că trebuie să și ne supărăm.
Bună dimineața, te iubesc.
Предыдущий трог из Бахтиста. Аж на море то дящим как.
Un sărut de dimineață, mi-mi viața de dulceață. Enemy.
Enemy.
Look, I see the buggy. Oh, one shot. Fuck him, there go, bro. But I kill him. Vă frăpați inima, spune-mi de ce ai mustață, da. Oh, I see in front, here, come. De like acolo, mâncați-și trupul tău de sirenă, cum să-mi dai tu mie like? Îmi da hai like. Oh, I don't have heal.
Oh my god! I think we... Oh my god, I'm sorry.
You steal my kill! Don't worry, you're my friend, don't worry
I'm
about that.
sorry, I'm sorry.
Don't worry, bro, you're my friend now. Forever. Mi-a furat kill-ul, mânca mi-a belitul. Mânca-i aș coaiele mele. Fain tricou, Abibasa, așa ai să mor. Ce nebun e și ăla. Vă pupă nebunilor, dați voi acolo like, forță, da, vă rog frumos din suflet. O zi din viața mea va începe cam așa. Deschid ochii, mă trezesc, 5 minute te bulesc.
Nice.
Thank you, brother, thank you. Ce urăsc botul care șterge. Te pupă, panciule! Noroc în cinstea voastră, mă, că v-aș talentul vostru de frumos. De frumos, am zis să mor de frumoși. Iartă-mă pe mine. M-am găsit acum cu el, măcață și curul tău, a zis că frați pe viață și fratele meu să mor dacă mă trădează ăsta. Uite-le aici, numai lângă mine. Mâncaie și cu ele mele să le mânc.
Fine.
Ca fură, mama. Yes, brother, yes.
Now my friend watch you stream.
Oh, thank you so much, bro. Don't forget give me the like and subscribe. Thank you so much, bro. I love you. I appreciate that. Nu viața mea, că imediat mă uit la EMEA, că acum începe. Termin meciul ăsta și mă uit la EMEA. Let's go kill them all and I give you the win, bro. I don't want.
No.
No, I give you the win, bro. Not say no. Say yes. You are my brother now. I give you everything.
I'm playing for fun.
You want my girlfriend, bro? I give you my girlfriend. Don't worry about that.
The fuck?
Let's not what the fuck. Let's go together. Fuck it. Let's go gangbang.
Gangbang.
Yes, gangbang. You want my girlfriend? I give you my girlfriend. But now I don't have the girlfriend, bro. Because that I say.
You smoke weed.
No, I don't smoke weed. I smoke only cigarette, not weed. Bună Bia, te pup meu. Vă pup fetelor. Imediat începe turneul, vreau să văd și eu ce fac echipele alea forță de acolo, da? But where is the fucking campers? Vă supărarea că n-am bine. Bine, ce s-a întâmplat cu Salazar? Nu a fost serios și a trebuit să facem o schimbare, că nu mai mergea. În viața mea așa ușoară, de multe ori mă doboară. Dar că mă ridic de jos, nimic nu e mai frumos. În viața mea. Nu prea am avut el chef, sincer, m-a tras și curentul parcă, nu m-a tras curentul, mă dureau ochișorii de aia. I have here one surprise for you, bro. Here in the front. Look. That is for you, bro. I tell you, you are my brother. Look, come. Take it, bro. It's for you. Take it. Oh, behind. I go to kill the... Vă mâncați și pulpele. Mai zlăbește din ele. Lelelelelelele. In front, bro, in front. Front, in front. Wait. You see? They are have AVM, bro. Okay, let's go kill them.
Nice.
Good job, bro. I don't know where they are.
Front.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's go behind because the zone is not here. Salutare Bianca, salutare la toată lumea, vă pup. You are my brother now, bro. You want my girlfriend, I give you my girlfriend, don't worry. Let's go.
Klaus, vedeți si grobe.
Let's go up. Oh, I see him. No. You killed them, bro?
Yes.
Ah, okay. I don't see you kill them. Bă, nu joc acum cu nimeni, mai joc meciul ăsta și dăm drumul la EMEA, că acum începe, da? Termin meciul și ne uităm la EMEA și după aia mă joc cu toată lumea, care vreți voi. What, bro?
Can you wait after this match us?
Okay.
There.
Where is the fucking enemy?
fucking snakes.
Snakes, yeah, all the time snakes, fucking snakes. Eu nu-ți mersi de like. Acum joacă, imediat, în 10-15 minute joacă și ei. Poate azi au o zi bună. N-ar fi rău. I know where it is. Front. Good job, bro. You're a good player. Nice. Fuck, bro. Let's go. Let's go. You are my friend, bro. You are my brother now, not friend. Let's go in zone, zone, zone. Pentru că nu duce calculatorul viața mea deocamdată. La anul schimb, când o să-mi schimb și tot de pe aici. La anul să schimb multe. Leoz, ce cu Leoz? Am văzut ambuluri.
It is garage.
I know where is the fucking campers. More, four. Follow me. 1, 3, no, 4. Da, mă, știu că au middle sus și au lag, știu viața mea, știu. Mulți playeri au lag de acolo, multe echipe bune se plâng cu situația asta, dar n-ai ce face, așa este e pe middle list ca să fie la toți bine.
Fucking camper.
Good job, bro! How many kills you have?
8 kills.
And I have 16, bro. Who dare win that match? Tell me.
You.
You want to win there? I give you the match, bro. Alright.
Let's go with hands.
Oh, no, okay. I have
Let's
kill.
Drop
Everything.
all guns.
All guns and
vest.
vest and hell. Opa. And helmet.
Vest.
But 1 second,
Yeah.
I need the full boost, and full healed.
Okay.
Vorbiți de cine vreți, bă, vă las să vorbiți de cine vreți. Pentru turneul ăsta vă las să vorbiți de cine vreți. Nu e important, este o echipă de români, este echipa Bloodline. Că au fost mici certuri și chestii de astea, nu avem treabă, nu ținem hate, nu ținem ură, sunt prieteni, am fost prieteni cu ei, eu îi consider prieteni, trebuie să-i susținem pentru că sunt singura echipă, îi susțin că țin România, că este România, ca să fie înțeles. Oțana, te pupul meu, susțin pentru că este România, da? Ca să știți și voi și vreau ca să fie bine. 1 second, bro, the full, I need full.
Okay.
Tell me, you have full healed?
Yes.
Not now,
yes.
not now, but I give you once. What? Why? No, why? Fucking bro. Why they are...
Oh,
What the fuck, bro? Not now, 1 second. I tell you. Nimic, am mai jucat, șefule, că eu am vorbit și eu nu am mai jucat. I drop everything now. Okay, let's go fight.
Okay.
I drop everything, okay? You right?
After this match, we add you.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go!
You.
No! Fuck you!
You know.
No, I'm dying, fuck. Fuck, I'm dying.
Oh my god.
Yes! Yes! I kill you! Good job, bro!
Nice.
Nice! Give me a friend request, bro, and I accept you, okay? And I play you
Yeah.
later because now I go see the tournament, alright, bro? Thank you so much for the gaming.
Okay.
See you.
Okay.
I appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe my channel, okay, bro? Thank you. Ne-a bătut Karin, mâncava și cruvostul, stângă-dreaptă, aia a fost. Trebuia să mă hau cu el, nu puteam să dau winul, că parcă la 16 kg parcă mai crește și mie KD-ul ăla un pic, nu? Că vreau să-l cresc și eu. Vă pup, vă pup. Mișto meci a fost, Caterinca, ia să vedem cât avem și noi KD-ul. 504. Ai fost pe live sau ți-a dat invitație? Nu am fost pe live, viața mea, am intrat și eu acolo, nu eu am fost live aseară. În fine, 504, haide că l-am mai crescut, haide să dăm la turneu. Parte am dat cu el, să moară băieții dacă nu. Direct, da, o secundă, că na, o secundă. O secundă.
Even a sign of how they've struggled to have
Gata,
some of the
putem
teams
lor.
in the top 16. So will the teams in Group A be able to? So will the teams in Group A be
Stai că
able
facem acum așa
to
astea.
capitalize off that? I would like to see some of the teams that are struggling to bounce back up, the likes of Old Team, Polar Ace. We'll have to wait and see.
We'll have to wait and see. Teams that have been pretty much enjoying their little bit of rise to success, especially yesterday, was Headquarters and Fast Pay Wildcats. I think these two teams definitely started to kick themselves into action, into gear.
Ua, și început
Of
deja,
course,
ești
it's
nebun
just
la
the
pizza
start.
am
We've still got a
venit.
long way to go, but as we say that, game number one of the day is going to be in the air, in the way.
Joacă
And it's
băieții,
going to
să
be from the
vedem.
good old area of shooting range all over to Nova down southeast.
Yeah, and here's the thing, you know, one thing that is
Meciul următor joacă ei, meciul următor
fact
joacă
that
și băieții.
each team is only playing 2 games per day. And compared to
Am dat și noi mai începe
most
sărăciile astea.
other
E
events
EMEA League, viața mea, scrie și în
so far,
descriere.
you have minimum 4 games per group a day. And for a lot of teams, they're used to that.
La
and
fix
they
cu aia,
might have
vezi?
a 4 game one,
Dați și voi
they'll
like-ul ăla acolo, vă
then
rog
they'll
frumos.
get
Like, share
game
și
two,
subscribe.
game three.
Vă pup și vă
What
love eu
we're
pe toți.
finding is that teams are
După meciul ăsta joacă și băieții, da? Ca să știți.
struggling to
Deci trebuie să vedem ce se
hit the
întâmplă acum.
mark right off the bat, and if they have that one bad game, because they know it's a, you know, that's 50%
Gangsta
of
PUBG,
their
binevenit.
day's games gone, that can
Nu
put
mai
even
uită.
more mental stress on them in the second game, and then it's a little bit of a rolling effect, and yeah, it just ends up being a bad day. So I hope
Nu joacă ei
teams are
acum,
gonna
mă,
be
meciul
able to
viitor.
adapt to that, not
Nu,
only
nu
today,
e,
but
nu.
of course
Meciul următor e echipa.
as well.
Yeah, can
No.
definitely bring a little bit of stress to the
uite
competitor of
dată.
these teams. But overall, we're going to be seeing this.
Ei nu
playoff
sunt
where
meciul ăsta,
we
sunt
can
meciul
have
următor.
this phase one circle is going to be going more north over to the more western edge of this area.
Și eu
of
vreau
the
să văd ce fac
triangle.
echipele
I
astea.
like the fact that AR Esports they did go for Northern George, but I mean, no, Navi, they're not going to be in this lobby, so that's going to be all fine and dandy for AR Esports to take full-on
Larisa, te pup în
ownership
meu.
of the northern side of George Bowl. But especially just like John said in that little bit of a section at the start of the stream,
Multe echipe, se bat deja acolo, se bat ea.
they showed great potential yesterday on the map of Miramar. I just want to see just that little bit more because getting kills is good, but if you're not able to show it up with, like, you know, good position points and good.
În Team Umbra avem acolo un român, l-avem pe Paca.
Gonna make it through
În
potentially.
GG Arabian, acolo l-avem pe Laur, care și el e român.
You know, everybody's in the same boat. That's the thing. It's not like, you know, what I talked about. You know, they're all
Mamă, la orașul de apă.
on the same playing field. And
Cine acolo?
it
69-le.
is harsh because you either put up or you kind of put out, so to speak. But we'll have to wait and see how it does plan out. In regards to Polar Ace in this game and what we saw with this Phase 1 Circle Max, with it being up north river and play, let's not forget that. They are set up for solid rotation, considering they landed in their new home. which is,
Morteza, avem aici și Team
Slash
Umbra.
Apartments.
Yeah, they did used to get contested a little bit in the past, so that happened in the scrims, and we thought they could potentially be happening around here, but no, they're not going to be contested over that location whatsoever, though one area that is going to be contested is going to be Sunken City, Watertown, a lot of different...
Și Andalito e român, n-am știut. Larisa, te pup, Larisa, ce faci?
That's fine. There's going to be, of course, you know, SWAT 69 and also Team Umbra. Umbra able to do a few good showings, you know, in the past 2 days in terms of kills specifically, but I think Umbra, they need to definitely work on that.
N-are nimic dacă rezervă, mă, contează că e acolo.
Top 16, but we're not
Merge următor, Radu.
looking at the bigger picture here. Of course, you want to try and get those big results to contest.
Bă, frumos.
Here, Umbra, they show potential. They just got to continue on that.
Bine, du-te, bă, ce frumos joacă Morteza asta, că nu fi tank suprem să mor. Să nu uităm că la primul la 2019 a fost MVP-ul ăsta. Da, Florin.
It's early game, so the bullets that he might have for that Uzi might not be a lot, which therefore you're
E bun jucătorul, e bun.
which means there's a higher chance he's going to be able to engage on the rest of SWAT 69 a bit more aggressive.
Yeah, because he doesn't really want
Stau și eu, mă uit și eu la turneu.
M16 for like these fights, because the M16 early on in the compound early fights is not the best kind of weapon. He's got himself a UMP, the PP buys and push off PRZ is slowly going to fold in. Prolord on that rooftop should get rezzed by Vindex in the background. But really, SWAT 69, they got super split by that drop.
S-a dus forța acolo, băiatul, da. Salut. Te pup, Florin, ce să fac? Uite, mă și eu la EMEA. E forță, eu știu că e forță, e creier rău. S-a dus frumos și cu cărbigul ăla după el, să mor.
Looking in positions of other teams, yeah, the GSG go towards the risky area, their normal drop spot. Gonna be very good for them to rotate to the north of Stalbar and come in maybe on the high ground hills on the lower part of Stalbar, or maybe stay in the river line. World of Wonder, their current
Salut, Venom, salutare la toată lumea, vă pup.
They have an easy rotation away from Yasnaya across the river. Then on the western side, you talked about 8R Esports, they're in North Georgia, and 1218, they're a normal home in South George.
Sunt forță, Florine, sunt forță, sunt și bine, sunt și sănătos, sunt ce vrei tu.
They've done that in the past. I think they might do it again to go for Everest, gather information there, then rotate up north above the river. I think that'll be a great play. But overall, we're going to be seeing Demar getting cornered up by players of Team Umbra. They did indeed go for the res onto Prolord. They're going to spot the information on that one player that's going to be caught in the open. They're going to go for the push. PRZ around the wall, going to go for the Bison shop. Is going to be traded away. But unfortunately, the flush will be happening. Umbra will be picking up their second kill so far, really taking full control and ownership.
Da.
Yeah, and Zart and the rest of SWAT 69 team just
Ce să fie meciul ăsta?
left a little bit too late to try and provide a little.
Nu joacă România acum moderator.
SWAT 69 down to 2 players, and they do disengage away from that. Their position right now isn't too bad because surprisingly teams are rotating quite early. We've seen Unicorns a lot who dropped in Pachinki. They've disengaged very quickly and gone towards Runes. Now, I don't agree with the Runes position, but I do really agree with the timing of
Păi ce să fac dacă s-ar până la 5 viața mea? Fiecare face ce vrea cu timpul lui.
Hey, all credit to them. One key area in the circle, Max.
Dați și voi acolo un like, vă rog frumos, da?
By the river, that's just to the east of the North Georgia area. Will 1218 go there? We'll have to wait and see.
I call that one the river troll compound, like the one where everyone tries to hold on to it, trying to deny bridge and also river.
A fost live, dar mai e și în seara asta.
A lot of teams have that potential to go over there. No, 1218 AR East.
După aia săptămâna viitoare pe weekend.
Snake squad as they started rotating away from Rozok on the more northern edge, but I think that we haven't seen really Snake.
Cred că nu știu ce culoare o să-mi iau iPhone-ul, sincer nu știu.
Fitting of their playstyle, but we were talking
about
no,
mai la
play, we're talking about
bă, n-ați dat toți like acolo, bă, rupeți voi butonașul ăla de like, vă rog frumos.
I talked about Wildcats, I talked about also headquarters, slowly going to be trying to rise to success. Unicorns of Love slowly getting some results yesterday on Miramar, and I wanted to ask you, Imperium, what's one team do you think like has the potential and that can potentially step it up over the next 4 days of league play?
That's a good question, and I think it kind of, you know, not to steal a sentence out of your book, but I think it is like asking a parent who their favorite child is, and I'm not.
You got 32 childs, damn! Okay. You've been busy.
Hey, look, you know, whatever I do in my own life. Anyway, but it's the reason why I say that. It's not because I don't have picks that I think can rise to the occasion, but when you look at the overall standings, there's only.
Ai nevoie de somn, ai nevoie să fii lucid la minte.
So I think it's more a fact that. I want to see a bit more of a sign from some of these teams before I give a more concrete answer. It's a good question. But man, I've got to be honest and say I don't have a concrete.
Nu acum, meciul următor.
Feels like a politics debate, you know, just ask a question, now answered by something else. But over to Stolberg, though,
Avem
you know,
aici GG unde avem de
Wildcats are
români,
going to be
Andalito
involved. I
și
do like the fact that we've talked
Lau.
about this many times, but like Wildcats and World of Wonders, they did not fight in Yasnaya Poliana. I like that. They fought so many times, and now they seem to be respectful of each other. And I just like that the Wildcats, they're not messing with the top leaders of the lobby, right? They're like, okay, World of Wonders, they drop same area. Maybe we'll go a little bit further away and just give them more breathing space.
Da, mă, aveți voi să vorbiți de el.
As a jiffy.
Again,
De ce să n-aveți voie?
the rotation from Wildcats, early, quick, swift, and it seems like they have a purpose. They know what they're doing.
Da, e mai tare ca pe meciul. După pe meciul aici ajungi.
Well, it's just a rotation. I'm really always focused on the rotations of the teams and how they execute it in terms of the timing, where they go, and it seems like Wildcats knew that by going a little bit earlier, they'd be able to go in between our GSG and World of Wonder, because those two teams don't typically rotate that early, so it means that they've nailed down the information.
I'm surprised so many teams actually putting a big focus on Ruins so early on. Like, this is not like Ruins on the
Avem aici
outskirts
pe
of Ruins,
cei
but pretty
de
much
Nudă
have a
Killers.
hard time rotating
Ei
away
erau.
from it too. So I'm genuinely surprised we're having this fight break
Mamă,
out.
ce grenade dă!
7, that looks like a really clean grenade, and it will connect onto Ulysses. Unfortunately, not able to
Mamă!
He says the information is going his way. He got himself only one first aid kit, so you got to make good use of it. RD7 going to go for that second grenade. Will it be the one to get?
Mamă, ce grenade i-a dat! Nu știu cine câștigă la EMEA, că mai sunt multe meciuri.
Might get rezzed up very soon, but unfortunately, I don't know how Ulysses got in that position, pushing so far away from the rest of his team. Very surprising to me.
Yeah, it was very surprising. I would also believe that possibly Unicorns of Love a little bit caught out.
Mamă, i-a prins pe cine nu băs.
I'm a bit surprised, but I do have to say, headquarters position having Loca on that back line.
Da, viața mea, știu.
And it allowed them to put a little bit more pressure onto Ulysses and
Locul 4 erau.
more aggressive than usual.
Yeah, I like that. Going to be also seeing, we did see the castle part of Ruins
Nicolas
actually.
Flora avem pe Focus, dar nu mai are cum să-l mai salveze pe ăla.
Most recent update of their angle 2.0. Reason why mainly the castle area has been the most modified in this section. And what happens is now you got these extra rocks on the outskirts.
Te pup, Engine, ce faci? Vrei să vii pe Discord cu mine? L-a aruncat în aer, ce grenadă frumoasă i-a dat-o. Prima a fost frumoasă, l-a lăsat rău.
Also potentially taking a few shots versus headquarters in the compound, so really fighting from castle itself.
Vrei să vii pe Discord, Engine, zi? Vrei să stai cu mine pe Discord?
12-18 did go to the River Troll compound. Snake Squad sent a scout across to the east. Realized
Hai că deschid Discord-ul acum.
Bălău
Bălău joacă după meciul ăsta.
Snake Squad coming into the later circles, and the teams that are rotating on the southwest side, you have Nasser Esports, you have the Monster, and you have Nix Congenials.
Yeah, up north you're gonna have then
Mă bucur, Florin. Se
Se
bat multe echipe acum. Nu, bine, îmi scrii când.
Okay guys, let's have a coffee break. We'll take that fight to late.
Da, viața mea, eram cu premii.
Take it up north. But I think that this is a fight that's not really worth taking once
Ah,
again.
pe
There's
atunci
just
îl
so
închid
much
când îmi
room
parcă
up north to really hold on to that. I think that here
Poftă bună.
a huge advantage of leaving, which is exactly what they're going to do. But unfortunately, during that rotation, catch will be taken away.
And that's okay for Wildcats. Of course, it's not what they want, but they do disengage away, and it was a clean. Real quick thing, just to throw out a quick Teshek Kular in you know, a Turkish thank you to everybody.
E turneu serios, nu e prun cu premii. Ce ai? Pe la noi avem așa spectate. Ce dracu?
In honor of them being in first in what we saw with the fight, so thank you to everybody for tuning in and supporting PUBG Mobile Esports. It is important. But Royal Esports, they've got a fantastic position just to.
Nu știu câți bani ei, nu știu care sunt premiile și banii.
A lot of information on the other teams down south, but it does.
Da, viața mea, ține un loc să intri la următorul. Vă dau și parola Shady-ul. 10.000 de UC-uri e următorul room. Asta e 5.000, următorul e 10.000.
I don't know if I'm saying it exactly right. Teshek Kular?
Teshek Kular.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm exactly saying it right, so
Hey, look at that.
Doamne ajută, Ionuț.
Ginger edition, perfect.
Well, you know, gotta give props to Coach Blaze.
Te pup, Andrei.
For teaching me that. I'm trying to increase my language repertoire just a little bit.
Repertoire, a little bit of French in there, just a little accent, even though it's not like a French word per se. Like
Salutare, Sergiu.
Oh, that circle is huge for 12-18 in PIM. It's humongous, I would even say that. I love it, every single piece of it, but the piece of Everest is still in play. So whichever team wants to take that huge high ground potential advantage and pressure on these teams around them could do so. Maybe the Monster, maybe
Nu, e 100.000 la EMEA e prea mult să mor
I
engine.
would like to see some teams play Everest just even
Premiul
if
este
they
100 de cale dolari.
then send the entire team
Mamă,
forward.
e
That would
forță
be a huge
atunci.
advantage just purely in terms of
Mamă,
information.
mulți bani, e
There
forță, ești
really,
nebun.
is not that many strong areas, in my opinion, to hold on to inside this circle. You look at Everest, it's great.
Bă, sunt echipe, sunt toate echipele sunt forță, nu pot să dau cu părerea. Pentru că
You look at South George, it's a
ai
little
luat
bit
un
similar
win
with the crates
și ai
area.
făcut vreo 30
For this
de
phase,
puncte.
it shifts away, you're out in the open. The two
Mi-au
areas
urci
that
multe
are
clasamente și nu pot să dau cu
absolutely
părerea.
spot on are 12-18's compound, the River Troll, and Natsar's compound on the south side of the river. Otherwise, everybody's just going to be fighting for themselves.
100.000 e bine.
Petersvich actually play a little bit on the outskirts of Everest, and he did get a little bit of information. I think he saw the compound of headquarters and then descended the full team forward.
Am înțeles,
He decided to
Marco.
push this one once again. This car, the Petersvich is using, I do not care. This is called the Flintstone car.
Am înțeles,
One says
6.000 de
it's not
euro.
true, you're wrong. Okay? This is
Dolari,
your
nu
name.
euro,
I said
că n-are
it.
cum
I
2
called it,
euro.
okay?
Let's see if the Flintstone
bani, ce
vehicle
ești,
can
bun?
help them get a little bit of a fight on headquarters. You also have Umbra and Unicorns a lot, so 4 squads in the ruins area creates a huge pickle of a situation for all of them because it's a tricky area to play around. You've got a few high ground areas, but it's a kind of spot where if you're in the high ground, you're kind of in the open at the same time, and you can get picked off. And considering there's 4 teams, you've got, in theory, 4 bodies looking in your sight lines.
Well, Jackie found himself one player. Nice Congenials looking good. Seem like they want a piece of this
Joacă bine și
compound.
Nikes.
Also going to give huge props to Team Umbra. They were in the water side, like in the river, next to the castle part of ruins, and they actually pushed away Unicorns of Love. So like Umbra, just for that alone, they get a huge amount of respect going their way. But Sandro going to be able to find.
Gata, mă, câți bani se dă, atâta se dă. Să fie bine primiți. Vorba aia.
Himself like what, 9 kills, 8 kills, 9 kills. Like Sandro wrecking havoc in this lobby for the side of Unicorns of Love. So loving his gameplay style.
Am auzit că a sunat la ușă.
Into game number 3 or day number 3.
Am auzit, mă, că a sunat la ușă. Lasă sune.
In the open parts of ruins, not too sure if that might be the best option to push upon Unicorns of Love.
And I'm definitely a little bit disappointed that Nyax didn't push headquarters off the back of that knockdown, considering Nyax aren't in the safest of areas.
Bă, lăsați câți bani, sunteți să ne uităm la meci.
Based on these
Că nu luați, voi luați, iau băieți de aici.
a bit aggressive. Otherwise, as the circles close in, you're going to get third, fourth party.
I do agree. I think the next Congenials could try and do something of the situation, but I'm also going to give them credit. I understand why
Nu știu, Andrei, nu
okay,
știu.
but apparently we're into this. But I understand also why next Congenials might not go for it. They saw Team Unicorns of Love.
Lasă-mă să sune.
They might be like, if we do push, we may have a third party, so are we going to take that risk of potentially getting third party after we do take the compound from headquarters? I think that might just be their thought process. The Monster gathering the information from Everest, they're going to see everyone in ruins itself. But now it's time where things get a little bit more tricky, especially in the more northern edge, where you're going to have yourself a Rap GST and Polar Ace slowly mixing up, and also Snake Squad is going to be rolling on in. Does not spot that one player. Oh, actually, Law's knocked away, so it's fine. It's okay.
Oh my god, this is just not going to be easy for any
Foai
of
și
these
câte
teams
echipe
on
sunt
the
acolo
north
să
of
mor.
the River Max Royal, you got Old Team, you got Snake Squad, RGSG and Polar Ace.
I mean, 12-18, they got full control of this one. And
Lasă-mă să sune
12-18, they got the
interfonul.
compound, guys. We go right, we go to the eastern side, we go over the island. We do not want to mess with 12.
Bă, mă auziți? Sau iar nu mă aud?
Polar Ace going to get overwhelmed down below. Elusive will get flushed away from this lobby. Old Team looking really good and dapper on this first game today so far. But Rab GSG down to only one player. That's going to be Bayat Bimpir. And we saw
Da, Andrei, știu,
He's
știu.
the clutch master of his team over Rab GSG. But he spots Snake Squad at a distance.
Ce dracu ăsta să la 2 săptămâni asta să mor.
Shall do its bidding.
So Polar Ace made an absolutely fantastic play. Elusive got taken out, but he was a
Dacă
scout.
trebuie ceva să
So he
interpelez.
was given information.
Mă caută vecina de la 2.
They're choosing to react to that by actually going down
Să
to
dai
the
nouă
south
cu
of
ea.
the river, and they're going to be out of sight.
Hai,
See
engine.
where Snake Squad currently is. They got himself these little new updated terrain.
Mă aud ce obraznic e
Makes it
engine.
a little bit easier to go downhill.
Mă aud, mă, lăsați că mă aud.
But unfortunately, if you get flanked from the east or the west, still make things extremely tricky for
Bă,
himself.
uit eu, mă, ce
One of
aveți.
Wonders got Zessi fast forward, but because he's getting pressured up by Royale Esport, they're sending the cavalry in
Că
on
voi mă
forward.
prostiți.
They're gonna get these great nades coming on through. That's gonna be Senku connecting that one onto Moomen and also Easy. Now, that might just be the end of Royale Esports if they're getting pressured up the exact same way. They're surrounded by teams. They've got World of Wonders, you've got yourself Snake Squad, even old team down below, and by out of the Rap GRG, they're going to confirm all those kills. World of Wonders already up to 2.
Te pup, Andrei, ce faci?
Still remaining as a 4-man team Imperium. These guys are still looking as dominant as they were on day 1.
And one thing that is also making this kind of,
Da,
this
moderator,
kind
da.
of game trickier is the fact that we do still have the full 16 squads and 51 players alive. So of course we're going to get to that breaking point where we will see multiple teams go out in a matter of minutes.
Bayat, be careful, dude. It's going to be sharing that little bridge shot. He's going to be a River Troll, Wiz King of Royale Esports. But Snake Squad, they got the information. Apparently going to become some water snakes. That's Boycat and El Chapo all going to go inside the water itself, but really they just don't want to be pressured by the teams up top of their position, just like Old Team and also World of Wonders. And as I say that, we also did see the Wildcats get eliminated.
Mamă, uite cum stau ăștia în apă să
We
moară.
still got 15 teams on phase 4, about to shift over
Sunt
to
ok,
phase 5.
frate, da, tu?
I'm loving this game number 1.
SWAT 69 au fost scoși. Salut, Kinder, te pup!
They go out in 15th place, and I was thinking a few teams are going to opt to go in the river.
Mamă, și
It
Arab
kind of makes
GG-ul.
sense, a little bit of a desperation move, but I feel that you're at that point where you're coming from the north of the river. If you don't go in the river, you're gonna get taken out in some way, shape, or form. Hopefully, whoever is in the river will be able to be like a little mermaid and creep in and do some damage.
What's the word for like a mermaid, but when it's a guy? Isn't it like mermen?
Does it need to have a gender?
Actually, no. Fair point. You got me there. I get it. But the monster also, I said it. They got the information through Everest, and now they went through.
Mamă, cum e zona, coaie! Salut, Alin, salut!
Talking about having a harsh position. AR Esports, man, getting pressured up by NA.
Te pup, Andrei, mă bucur.
Control, a team that I haven't really seen too much of going into the 2 first.
Nu știu la ce echipă e, Dempsha.
A little bit more control, feeling more confident into taking this fight upon the team of AR Esports.
Ryan did a great job of knocking down Sate. That instantly stopped Nasser from pushing a little bit more aggressively and continue to spray those shots.
E grea rău zona asta.
The revives have been pulled off. Now, with 5 seconds to go, they have to move their way in and this fight.
Focus, dar not.
Here it is, the monster. They were southern side. They have the information on the chat.
L-am văzut.
Spotting out all the players of Unicorns of Love.
Am murit și Unicorns of Love.
In the process, and that is Unicorns of Love absolutely dominated and destroyed in this fight, while the monsters remain as a 3.
Da, Olbe joacă cu România azi. Alin, te pup, bine ai venit!
I think Nabo realized that, so looks to throw out a grenade. All the while, Pro Lord is going to be able to get knocked down on this.
Anca, bună, te pup!
We'll have to wait and see as Morteza is going to be wrapping around.
Vezi că ești în urmă, cred.
Umbra, in my opinion, doing maybe a little bit of a mistake if they decide to breach this one. I would say take it slow.
Mi-am schimbat locul pentru live.
Split, you could still try and regroup on top of the castle itself, but if you want to breach it, you got to full send the entire squad on forward. You would have a 4v3, the advantage would be going your way. So here, Umbra really got to put a little bit more thought process in what their next plan is going to be, as Ali apparently drops to his doom.
And he's going to go down in the meantime. Nice knockdown onto Vito by Pro Lord. I like the fact that they're just keeping the pressure on the monster. What does that do? It actually creates more space for Vindex and Pro Lord, and they don't have to worry about teams swiping them from the church line. So it could really benefit Team Umbra later on.
I'm surprised a team like NASR was so ballsy. He has to go center circle. Like, sure, they're in the water, but like, you're pressured by all the teams around you. NASR, that is an insanely aggressive move. Maybe even a little bit ballsy, some might say. So overall, we'll keep that in mind. They're just going to be under the water.
Am pus camera la mine. Se poți să și fumezi.
Potentially was a short-term mistake. So we'll have to see how that's going to be
paying
off.
Încă, măi, la fix.
Esports also going to go
Și
for the rhythm play. But up
aici și
north,
sforț.
what, a 12-18, they're going to be in so
Mersi.
much trouble here, man. Also, old team, but they spot that 112 AR Esports, but no, he barely survived the encounter.
Cartel, te pup, salutare!
I'm surprised if most of the teams know what really is going on, because it's absolutely crazy the amount of people that
Te
are
pup, Kinder,
around.
mersi.
They find one. The thing is, like, these are games where breathing is kind of illegal in the water. If you do, then you're going to get spotted away. They take the spray, even if it's just one tap, they're going to find you. El Chapo of Snake Squad is going to be out. They still got Boycat on the outskirts of the circle.
Sunt cu sirene, playerii, da.
Back down south towards
Nu mai știu pe ce loc sunt Bloodline.
This is huge for Umbra if they just push it all.
Da, este o echipă Bloodline în România.
Because of that 2-2 split, if they regroup slowly, this could be huge. But don't forget, you got Perks of Polar Race right around the corner. Could have a little bit of a dent in that team, as nice rotation coming out from Zakonavor 12-18. The best way to do so, going back.
Mersi, Polo, te pup.
Get a headshot in that vehicle, and now makes inside the water. A lot of fishies in the water right now.
it's not just Perks that's there, it's Perks and Ked that are beside each other. Now, Savagex can make his way across the river. That'll be a 3-man Polar Ice team onto a 2-man team of Umbra as they are split up. So we'll have to wait and see how that does pan out. Nasser Esports, they went for that bold move, but you gotta say, they're making it work for now, Max.
And making it work, I mean, that car...
Mamă, cum e zona asta cu aia și mai sunt 30 de playeri nebun.
So heavily, the efforts paid off in results. 12-18, they're going to get himself into that car. They've got to breach one area. What is going to be the area they want to breach? Seem like they're going to be putting their eyes on to NASR Esports. They got the knock onto Satan, looking for a second knockdown for themselves. 12-18 going to be tumbling down.
Hai de cap, mă, că e acolo cu aia.
NASR Esports, while NASR, they are only down to one player going to be inside the water. Going in with the M249 Bandita mowing down these players like it's absolutely nothing.
Merci, merci, vă pup.
That's exactly what they have to do. They're outside the circle. The blue zone is closing in.
Okay, then.
Main control. 12-18.
Wait.
Muma?
He's nading from under.
Hey, the connect will have to wait and see. Old team are being focused on. Aside gets knocked down.
No way! No way he can do that, man. Physics, PUBG Mobile, realistic. Look at this happening.
Băi, bate la din apă cu grenada. Cum e posibil?
No idea where it's coming from, so I guess we'll just keep shooting the
Și dă și viață.
team. But they're just going to put their focus on them. Miracle's going to get knocked away. They're almost making it over to the coastal line. And during that time, another nade.
No balan. Bă, a dat 2 knock.
What are you doing in ASR Esports? They are
Băi.
such good start, abusing the mechanics of the game. And the circle still moving further down south towards the outskirts of Orange, really looking so strong for the side of Umbra. But let's see if they can take the ownership and the control to deny all the teams around them. Oh yes, Moon! No way, it's going to be coming out from the water. Moon is going to be making things happen for NASR Esports, taking down an extra player of 12-18. This man is legendary.
Oh my god, what did I talk about the mermaid in the water?
Băi, nesimțit.
It's going to be Nasseris. Oh, with the girl.
Ma, l-a ars ultimul.
Exacts his revenge.
Mersi, mersi, vă pup și eu niște șnițele, măvițele mele și niște pireu. Știu că stă mașină, am văzut că stă mașină. Uai, ești nebun ce i-a bătut pe a 3 și ești nebun, 3 puncte a făcut omul. Uai, pe a făcut istorie cu faza asta aici, ești nebun?
Teams, well, not the wall, mainly the little hill. No one was really trying to contest that location because otherwise you would be spotted out by all the teams around you. So nobody was.
Știu că e mașină, dar creier.
Only 4 teams still in play, and he still got.
Umbra, uite, Umbra stă bine.
Got Perks,
Savagex, sorry.
Savagex, should I say.
There you go.
Umbra have played this game absolutely fantastically because not only have they made that 2-2 split work in the Ruins area, but they have 9 kills for their efforts.
Am văzut cu ei, dar ce inteligent a fost omul, ești nesimțit.
I'm not saying that headquarters can't win it, but I'm feeling just, you know, Team Umbra are riding high on how they played this game so far, that they will continue to exact that confidence.
Banty's has still got the M249, and you know that even if you're a one-man team, the M249 might make up for that man disadvantage, I might say.
Dați-vă un like. Ai două first-uri cu aia, ce faci cu ele?
First aid kits, and then you have to push your way forward and run into the circle. But Umbra, I said it, that high ground position is huge. They scouted. I would love to see how many kills they got exactly. I'm sure it's like a pretty decent amount from that position. They've been rewarded in such big fashion. As they're going to send Vidix on forward, and I like what they're doing right, Imperium. You've seen they're keeping one player in the back, which is actually but the smoke is actually denying visibility, so he's somewhat going to have to go downhill to join up with the rest of his squad.
I'd like to see a little bit.
Eduard, bine ai venit, te pup. Ia-te-l pe ăla cum merge, măcar să-și scrutăm discul la el în casă. Ai IQ mare pe ăla să mor. Să gândească acolo așa, bine. Am văzut la bandita.
Polar Ice is, he's a little bit of an unknown entity as he swims in the water.
Going to be swimming his way by. I think that's the better course of action. M249 in the hands of Bandita. He's ready to mow down the opposition once again, just like he did earlier versus NASR. 9 kills over to 12-18. 9 kills also to Umbra. This might just be double digits for 12-18. Let's not forget, 12-18 already got himself some big
l-a luat una și pe ăsta.
They're going to be able to trade it off. That is going to be it.
I-a ajutat pe din Team Umbra să rămână 3.
Position still really strong result right here. And Umbra now down to 3-man team headquarters, going for the res in such a tricky position. Might not be the viable option, as Savagex slowly might be able to pull off an NASR Esports on the rest of this lobby.
I think the damage has been done onto headquarters. 2 players knocked down. If Umbra try and take advantage of this,
dați-vă un like acolo, vă rog, și un share.
A little bit of a harder job for them to close out this win. Savagex is still alive. He did chuck out a grenade towards Vindex. It didn't quite connect. Did that expose his position? As of now, not yet.
I mentioned these two teams, right? Like Umbra and Headquarters before this game. I want to see these guys perform. They have the potential. They showed their true potential in the last 2 days. And if they get those good results, that is what is not only going to qualify them for the finals, but also for the entire event of the Global Championships. These are the results you want to see coming out from these two teams. And let's not forget the Savage X. He's also calling as the clutch guy from Polar Ace, so he might just be able to clutch this one versus Umbra and Headquarters because no one is looking in this global vicinity. Savage X is so far unknown until that grenade came out. Then they know where he is, but at least it's rewarded with a sexy nade knockdown.
Now he has to get close to the rock if he's going to keep himself alive. I don't think Headquarters looks in his sideline as well as Headquarters maybe realizing and look to be more aggressive.
Going towards the last
Che ala, mi già ficcolma siellä.
Dead center, and there's not many rocks, there's not many trees to play around. You've got one rock that's somewhat going in your favor of Umbra if they take control of it, but do they have the smoke?
Anta, ești în urmă cu live-ul cu mult, dă-i înapoi, dă restart la live.
I did not expect that to really happen. I thought they were down to a 2-man team, but seemed like it doesn't matter. He's going to get bullied away just like me in high school, as he's going to be knocked away once again. Headquarters down to 3. They're right behind that walls making grenades. Pretty easy to connect if Headquarters still have some, but because they haven't done it until now, I'm pretty sure they do not have any more remaining. But PRZ, Mortez, they're both going to have to jump on over. Yuma getting himself so easy targets, but it's not getting heavily punished. They only find Morteza. They still got PRZ, is going to be knocked away. And now Savage X just taking his damn time to push towards them. That's another player of Umbra eliminated, though. Vindex going to be able to knock himself away, an extra player of Headquarters, and he's got detected away by Vindex. This is looking really scary for both Umbra and Polar Ace, but that's going to be it of Vindex. Polar Ace will be snatching away that position. Oh no, it's a 1v1. Loka's still over there, but Loka does spot away Savage X, and now it's going to be Polar Ace in second position, and Headquarters taking their first chicken dinner on game 1.
Oh my lord, not to take away what Headquarters did, but I really thought Polar Ace could clutch.
Ce meci, băi, ce
What
meci.
he can do, what he's done in the past, however, it wasn't meant to be. Headquarters played that game relatively excellently. They got into that strong position. They were aggressive.
Merci, Larissa,
towards, Unicorns of Love when they needed to be. And they, Unicorns of Love. And hey, they made it work out. They pushed out 12-18, and it was a really
Merge bine, Team Umbra.
game.
Definitely so, gentlemen. We have Headquarters getting the win, as you mentioned. Maxman, they really needed those points.
They really needed those points. Like they showed yesterday,
Cristi,
like,
bine venit,
they
Team.
had the chances of taking good fights, taking a lot of kills in those games. What I needed to see from them is more consistency.
Mănâncă acum, Tony.
No point games in terms
Frumos,
of
da, frumos
they took
meci.
the chicken din on game 1. I want to see that story continue on their side, and I'm sure they can do it.
Yeah, I believe so as well. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Time to let you go, have a little rest before we get into the next game. Yeah, and I'll bring on my analysis boys as well to break down what is going on in these
Mănâncă acum viața mea după.
particular circles. So many problems that teams face.
Dai două Among Us-uri, nebuna, ca mă duc, fac un duș, mănânc, mai mânc încă o dată și pe aia dau și
Of course,
asta.
gentlemen, John Blank joining me here. We got to talk about Headquarters first, getting themselves the win. The circles did favor them a little bit here, John, to be able to get the win, but a win's a win.
Yeah, I was going to say, getting themselves the win, I don't know if that's necessarily accurate. I feel like they were given a
Rămâne în
lot of
istoria, da.
that, and it was a little bit ropey right at the end as well.
Yeah, considering that there isn't a whole lot of elevation differences in some of those final circles. Everybody could kind of see everything that was going on. Let's take a look at the points coming in from this game, of course, as well, and see who got the pointeroonies. It's 23 points for
Team Umbra, 9 kill-uri, bă, ce fac ăștia la kill-uri, mă.
Umbra, though, and Polar Ace. Blank, they did a lot of work here in this lobby.
I think
Ci se
before
pare.
this, Savage X did a lot of work. He hid for such a long time. He became like Sam in Lord of the Rings, that hid on the rock side with his little cloak over the top of himself for such a long, long time before making his way into the circle.
Oh, sorry, that's Frodo who
It's definitely Frodo that did that.
Sam did it all, didn't he, really?
But admittedly,
it was Frodo, it was Frodo. Okay.
Admittedly, they were all given the cloaks, weren't they, John? So, it's alright.
Yeah, but Frodo was the one who did it, wasn't he?
Alright, anyway. 9th through 16th, World of Wonders having an uncharacteristic
Love you,
game.
Gunstop.
Let's be perfectly honest. The circles did absolutely hate anybody up in the north, and World of Wonders was one of those teams, John.
I reckon I wrote those circles. It's despicable to be in the north.
Joacă bine
Can't
Team
be
Umbra.
having that.
Pe bune că joacă bine.
No, we love them really. But
Oricum, părerea mea este că echipa o face Morteza.
and this is the team that I said at the start I wanted to see step.
El e cu killurile. Știi ce zic? Și ai nevoie de multe killuri aici. Și Morteza asta face multe killuri. Face mult la echipa asta Morteza, sincer.
Then they just forgot that they had to play the rest of the game.
Părerea mea zic că au noroc el.
That's us. We'll see you guys later.
Pireu, mâncați așcurul tău și cu șnițel. Pireu cu șnițel. Cu șnițel de pui.
Whilst they'd, moved up from Pochinki, found themselves a ruined spot, continued to move up along that coastline. I think the problem is in a circle like this, Blank, surely is if you're in the center of a circle like that, all the teams are going to crunch in on you, and it is brutal.
Te pun nebunule! Mersi acolo pentru 5 euro! Adevărat că au noroc cu paca.
Like John says, they've made that first good rotate.
Mod, moderator, nu pot să-ți dau viața mea, că nu dau moderator pentru bani sau ceva, asta pe cine merită. Dar ce cu link-ul ăla de YouTube, stai să văd.
Nothing else, and you're 100% right. Everyone crunched underneath, especially the way that this circle ended up. Everyone was either trying to rotate from the west side around in, and that was the only little bit of land that was available. So Unicorns were in a position where they were just hailed on upon by so many different teams, and it was almost impossible for them to leave. It was only a matter of time before they died, really. Yeah, and it was Team Umbra as well who were able to take the ground right next to them off the back of it. Umbra, by the way, hot drop kings now. I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty willing to say. I think that's now 2 or 3 times they've got out with all 4 alive and been able to have a really decent game off the back of it. We saw it on Miramar the other day as one that stands out in my mind. They won the Hacienda hot drop and came through. Right. Again, doing phenomenally well here.
Nu dau moderator viața mea, îmi cer scuze.
Team in the lobby that is
so confident
about their early game fights, because uncharacteristic for most lobbies in PUBG Mobile, Blank, you don't normally have that. Most people want to avoid those early fights, but very, very keen to be able to find some.
I mean, there are some teams in different regions, and specifically from interviews. Oh my God, this was this crazy.
Dar fac o faptă bună pentru tine, mă, Armin.
Back to the original point. There are some teams that I've interviewed before who have said once we get that first kill, that first squad wipe on hand, we get a lot of confidence going forward, and we're able to do so much more of it. So if Umbra can, start the beginning of every game with a very good breath.
Stai așa să-mi trimit mie. Fac o faptă bună pentru tine, Armin. Că-ți vorbesc nebunii ăștia, facem ceva nebunilor. Unde-i? Fără. Să-mi trimit mie videoclipul. Hai să vedem și noi videoclipul la băiatul ăsta când mâncăm. Că am văzut că am videoclip acolo de 2 minute. Stați o secundă să-mi bag și cenzura, că după aia dacă vedeți ce acolo la mine e nasolic.
Always do it on my own, so I gotta get.
Dăm fără muzică că poate copyright. Poate copyright muzica și nu-i bine. Ce telefon joci, Armin? L-am luat pe clătită, am mâncat bașcurul vostru. A, clătită e cu el în echipă, mă, ce prosos. Bravo, Armin. Bine-s. Păi ai ceva mai nou? A, 5 luni. A, e vechi, înseamnă că joacă mai bine acum omul. Te pup, Bogdane! Dar hai să vă arăt eu alt videoclip. Vă arăt un videoclip de la mine de pe canal, nebunilor. Azi l-am pus. Ați putea să intrați să dați și voi un like la el, da? Și un share. Bă, ce-am făcut, mă, mâncava și curul vostru, am ieșit. Stai să vă arăt pe meci eu. Stai să bag calitate, mă. Asta ți-am pus. Te pup, engine, viața mea acolo, să mor. Stai să dau și eu aici la mine să văd când începe EMEA League. Ca să dăm direct la EMEA. Când începe meciul. Când începe meciul mă uit aici, mă, șefilor, da? Deci nu vă faceți grijă că nu pierde nimic. A, da, mă, da, am uitat să vă pornesc ăsta. Să vă dau drumul ăsta. Maria, te pup, meu, ce faci? Nu mi încarc arma.
Vine acum, vine acum.
Bă, uite-l pe ăla, frate. Bun.
Ești ultimul.
Și ai încă unul jos. Ai încă unul jos.
Unul.
Vezi că ești ultimul. Smoke.
L-avem pe ăla stânga, dar nu știu unde s-a dus.
Dar ai blocat vizibilitatea, asta e dreapta.
Haide. Apă-la-ne, ori îi batem, ori...
Îi bateți, mă.
Nu ieși mult din smoke.
Ar trebui să meargă unul să treacă drumul ăla.
Nu cred că acasă.
Unde?
Mamă, nu vreau să conduci, îl văd, dar nu pot să fac pic.
Am player în dreapta.
Da. Blind, vezi să nu-ți dea din casă. Din casa albastră.
Nu snoc aici?
Îmi dau viață.
3 knock.
Unu, mă. Morți.
Să nu se arate de loc.
Dă-mi un spray de câteva gloanțe.
Pun ochi imediat.
Bravo. Îi dăm tare în dreapta.
Aveți timp să vă dau cu la
Aici, bă, nebunilor, mă aud?
Vrei. Mai bine.
Lasă că are de blind ăștia, mă, nu cred că...
Bă, mă aud, bă? Nu, n-a început.
Bun, mai e încă unul. Dublați-vă.
Astea.
Ar fi vrut să pușez ei. Mă duc să-l flancheze cu stânga.
Mai bine cu ăsta.
Vezi că...
No.
Bun, încă unul. Ai, v-ați dus.
Bun,
N-a
mersi.
putut să lasă, deja putea să treacă.
Mai e unul pe arde.
Nu văd.
Văd?
Ai,
Să avem grijă și la el, nu sunt la.
Alo?
hai grijă. Îi văd pe ăla, n-are cum să nu fie. cover de sus.
Sunt morți, vezi că ne țin.
Mai sunt player.
Am mai dat aici, Noc, am mai dat acolo, Noc.
Hai, open,
Deci
dai.
un squad din mult.
Acolo player low. Am lăsat un player low.
2 Noc.
Taci.
Vă dau cover de aici de sus.
Aștept. Knock. Unul stânga.
You know, the likes of Godsend step things up and hopefully make the most of this Sandhawk craziness.
Make the most of the Sandhawk craziness. That is what we're going to be hoping to achieve. As the plane is going to be in the sky. No, normally we talk about the plane path like, oh my god, you can rotate here, there, whatsoever. But no, it doesn't matter because it is Sandhawk, it is a 4x4 map. Though boot camp, going to have a launch drop in there. Are we going to have another team drop in over there? Like, that is something that I want to try and keep in mind. There's going to be an LSF Group D in this lobby. They did get hard drop yesterday, but it seemed like they might be going for another drop in location.
It seems like snipers are going to be going... No, I thought snipers might be going to warehouses, but they're going towards the northern side of the map. Yala are going to overtake Paradise Resort. Yeah, frag machines and Iraqi Lee heading down towards the south line. And wow, okay, for the first time in quite a while, Max, we do have a southwest phase 1 circle. If you recognize most of the circles we've kind of seen since the update had been up towards the northern side. So I'm actually liking this, even though, of course, it can get a bit crazy.
Yeah, Phoenix going for a morning stroll for Marine Forces. Not too sure exactly what's happening over there, but they did take themselves Kampong/docks. I love it because they know Unicorns of Love. They're not in lobby, so that area is free real estate for themselves. Alliance, they're going to be committing. I didn't know as a fact if they were going to go back over to there, but the fact of World of Wonders also not in this lobby. They're currently in Group A. They're just going to be able to take that position for themselves, so not too much of an issue as Vibe 6 and Rockets of Godsend are still going to be taking a 1v2, but Rockets might be able to just come out on top, and he's going to be taking his very first kill of the game on Sandhawk. And that's going to be turned between a 1v1 of Raucus versus Azrael.
It was a late drop coming out from one of the Vibe members, and he kind of pays the price. I was talking to Navy of Godsend after scrims last night, and during the scrims, they showed a lot more confidence and aggression. I said, look, I want to see that confidence, I want to see that aggression in the EMEA League. And he said to me, yeah, we were playing for placement, and we kind of realized that, look, that doesn't help. So they're going to go into today with way more aggression and see how that works out. So I really like that, and already we're kind of seeing it off the bat. I know it's only Rokas, but look at this being joined up by Marley. That aggression could work.
I mean, especially since the changes to the rule set, since now a chicken dinner is only 15 points and it trickles down even quicker. Really playing aggressive is a lot more rewarding than what it used to be in the spring season and the start of the full split. So overall, I think that here's a good shift of minds of Godsend, exactly what they need. But will it be enough to make it up? I mean, top 16, I think Godsend can do it without too much of an issue. But now we're looking, as I said, we're not looking for the small picture, we're looking for the big boy picture. And the big boy picture is going for the Global Championship. And every single one of these teams, they have their hopes and dreams of making it over to that event. Will it be a LAN event? Will it be online? We do not know yet. But it will be huge and insanely nice to see what is going to be happening and unfolding for this team. So Godsend, you said it, Marley's going to be regrouping as Azrael just gathering more information with that third-person perspective. But will that buy more time for potentially MNKR3 to join up on his position to take a two-man team fight?
And what's important for Godsend as they look to, of course, extract a strong result in this game is that they do eliminate Azrael, because the longer they leave it, the harder it's going to be to get into that core position on Phase 1. The reason why is because this Phase 1 does occupy all the 3 mainland areas, so it's going to be very important that Godsend look to get as much information and find some kind of controlling position inside the circle so that they can take advantage of already being inside there. Another point to think about is that there are quite a few teams on the Southwest Island: Blaze, Canina Power, Frag Machines, Iraqi League, Oshtek the Force. And that will also help Godsend because teams that are coming in from the mainland can give them a bit more space.
Yeah, there you go, YOLO, Godsend, they send it on forward, they find themselves 1 player, that's going to be 2 players down for Vibe 6, down to one that's going to be MNKR3. And I'm surprised because, like, we know Imperium that in the past, like, Camp Alpha has always been a Godsend drop. At least as of recently, it's been, like, really consistent in that manner. So I think Vibe 6 maybe not doing all that much homework on Godsend, but maybe knowing a little bit better. That's fine, but overall we're going to be going back over to now another team that's been doing extremely well yesterday specifically, taking himself the first chicken dinner of the day, almost able to take themselves another chicken dinner on game 4 on Erangel, just not quite able to perform versus Alliance in the final finishes. But now, like, they're a team that has been surprising, and John mentioned these guys as like, man, these guys are actually doing really good, and you wanted to see them perform well. We'll see how Sanak is going to be delivering, as Lars is going to be spotted away by Yazid with the QBZ. The kill will normally get confirmed very quickly, unless Never Alone and Groza will stop that from happening from a distance.
These are two Saudi teams, so they should be pretty familiar with each other. Ashek Warriors have done their country proud so far. The Force are definitely not looking too bad, currently lying in 13th, so that's definitely a good start for them. But like I said at the start of today, with like only 20 points dividing 11th and 22nd, it is important that the Force look to maintain that consistency and keep those results up there.
They've been finding himself another one. Great stuff from Ashtek Warriors. The kill confirm will not come out just yet, unfortunately. SK Ton from a distance will also try and get involved in that fight. Unfortunately, nice clapback. And I gotta say, like, a lot of people before going into the EMEA League, they were telling me, like, no, like, the EMEA teams, they're a little bit more passive, a little bit more rotation-based. I'm seeing some pretty aggressive EMEA teams here, I'm not gonna lie, like, going straight off the bat in a fight. I mean, it is Sunhawk, you know, so I do give the respect over there also, but, like, they're not scared to take fights, which I think was something that might be seen into the EMEA League. So big ups to like all the EMEA teams really taking it and just really denying my expectations. So I really love what these teams have been able to pull through so far. And we'll see how this fight is going to be ending up.
Yeah, look, I don't think it really matters what region you're from. If you're able to put up the fight, you're able to put up the fight.
Exactly, never alone. Kind of alone for real this time. It doesn't matter, man. Being alone is the way. Never alone feels like me. Having no friends works out for you. Oh my god. Look at that squad wipe. They just follow it up. They just eliminate the entire team. Aztec Warriors winning that fight. And it is in last during that fight. Aztec Warriors. Whew.
And here's the thing, like, Aztec lost their player first, yet they still came out on the fight. They still came out on top. And that kind of shows their determination. Other teams might disengage away from that, and that kind of would make sense. And I'm okay with that. But Aztec, they have the highest amount of kills in the lobby. They have shown to be aggressive, and I think in Sandhawk it makes sense to take that fight, because as we get into phase 2, phase 3, if Ashek had a disengage, there's that chance, that fear that the Force could third party them in another fight. So that aggression is absolutely perfect even on phase 1.
I love it for sure. I like the fact that Paradise was being given up really early on. Alliance, moving away from boot camp, like, great scouting wise. I love it. I think it's a great idea, and also checking out over the river. But really, here it can go on any island. It could go the main eastern island. It could go the southern western island. It could go the northern western island. We have no idea where the circle is going to currently finish. So God sent, they're like, you know what? We're going to take a little bit of a gamble. We're going to get closer to the trifecta, just like the snipers. And I think the snipers have a really good idea, because that location, that compound, I remember Froz like saying that ages ago. I think it was like last year in PL, and it still is the case now today on PUBG Mobile and PUBG PC, is the fact that that trifecta area allows you to rotate on literally any kind of island, no matter where the circle goes. And I think the snipers understood that, and are going to try and use that to their advantage.
Godsend, they should send a player scouting a little bit more to the eastern side, because there's that hill that overlooks the trifecta circle, and it would give them more information on the likes of Blaze, Kinina, Power, and Frag machines. But I do like overall Godsend's position as a full squad. I think they also realize that Navi are going to be coming in from the Hatting area, and if you're going to take a fight against Navi, you really want to be up as a full squad in some way, shape, or form. So I think they're looking at that kind of idea before phase 2 pops up.
Marines Force. Oh, that's going to be a nice 2-1 trade-off. Aztec Warriors under pressure. Never alone. Going to be alone for real this time. They have to move away. Gross is going to get flushed away. They're even potentially looking for an extra player. There's going to be KWT. He's got a compound, which is at least great. He's just got a nice little foothold. He can hold on to it strongly. We know that KWT is just way too far away. Can still gather some information to potentially allow Never Alone to move farther away, which is exactly what he's going to be doing. So even though they lose two players in the entire squad, so that's not like an absolute loss on that fight. But I think the Marine Forces and the guys, they might want to try and chase that one down a little bit if they just have a wind of information of where Never Alone would have escaped to.
And you know what happened with Aztec Warriors against now Marines Force, in theory, could have been what happened to them against the Force if they hadn't have taken that fight. So at least, you know, even though they've lost a few players and their down's never low, they picked up 4 kills along the way. Phase 2 popped up, and it's an easier one for the teams because it's more predominantly on that southwest island, so there's far less of a will it, won't it on either of the other 2 areas of Sandhawk. So I think teams overall will be happier about this shift.
I mean, a crap ton of water in this one. Like, you know, yesterday's Vikendi game, it felt like Sandhawk. Now today's Sandhawk game, it feels like Vikendi because of how the circle's going towards the water. Like, we're a little bit of a mix-up. I think that definitely these maps are struggling of identity theft.
True.
So I think overall teams, especially, like as you just mentioned, Na'Vi, they're going to have to cross over the water eventually. Godsend are gatekeeping that compound down south over the river. Alliance are there. You got Punishers also going to have to rotate over. Class game. You also got Yala. They'll deny their rotation over to Painan. Like a lot of teams really delaying rotating over the water and doing that as late as possible on Sandhawk specifically is not always going to work in your favor.
Blaze have a core compound in the center of the circle, which is great, but can they hold on to it? Blaze as a team have really yet to pick up their EMEA League ball and run with it. They're currently lying, at least at the start of the day, they're lying in 24th with only 13 points. They had a stronger game yesterday, but again, it's not what we know they can do. However, from talking to Kozki, he's not too worried once they make it into the finals. That's when they'll go into overdrive.
Talking about points and what they did yesterday, Na'Vi a little bit more on the disappointing end of the spectrum. Yesterday, only taking themselves 5 points after such a dominating day one, taking the chicken dinner and a second position respectfully. Na'Vi now yesterday, yes, 5 points as I just said, did drop a little bit in the standings. Still looking fine and dandy for, like, you know, the top 16 to make it over to the league finals. But Na'Vi still need those, like, you know, that consistency to potentially make it over to the global finals. So looking for maybe a little bit more from this team.
I have a theory on that. I do think that they...
you told me yesterday, yeah.
Go down. I don't think that they were really trying yesterday. I think they're holding strategies and certain things out for the finals.
Well, that looks like a clean end, actually, on top of Reeves. It's going to be exploding a little bit late, so that'll be fine. They're going to find himself Reeves. Great angle held down by Meku with the AKM. Tixi also going to be able to find himself that knock. That will be the one to actually confirm that knock for his team. Godsend, so you're going to try and leave themselves away from that fight. Godsend down to 3 players, as they do have Reeves get confirmed away from this lobby. Now the Naze utility will be coming on through. They just did not expect a team coming in swimming, and really, in PUBG Mobile, you should be expecting the unexpected. But unfortunately, seemed like Na'Vi just a little bit too sneaky on that one. Really surprising Godsend in the process. As it's going to be Seamatic trying to cross on over from the little island that even take a second player down. Na'Vi down to 2 players. Going to be Oldboy and Tixi, but as long as Tixi's alive, hopes and dreams still shall remain for the side of Na'Vi.
Yeah, that kind of high ground roofline held onto by Rokas was absolutely perfect. That double knock now allows Navy to be a little bit freer with the position on the high ground. Tixi's behind a wall, but that high ground could give him the angle just a little bit to spot the head of Tixi.
Naviception. Will Navy kill Na'Vi? That is the question to be answered. It's Rockets right nearby. I said it many times, these walls, they're super tricky. If you have a team close to you that has some nades, some utility, that is really going to mess up your opportunity to take that fight, to hold on to that position for the time being. And also up north, you got the last player, MNKR3 of Vibe 6, who could get involved from a distance if he wants to, but I said it right, playing around that wall is a little bit tricky. And that's going to be Oldboy, the last player of Na'Vi, just going to run away. Natas Vincere under a decent amount of pressure on the early stage.
One player left standing for them. That's going to be Oldboy. Can he come in clutch later on? We'll have to wait and see. Phase 3 did center away from the circle, so it is more of that Southwest Island in play. Most of the teams are already there, so we might see a tiny little bit of a calmness before the later circle storm. Punishers have to make their way in from the northwest eastern side of the circle as Class take the fight against Yala.
Yeah, they're going to be trying to cross over that river from Painan. Yala were the team that were closer to Painan, so overall they had the more control, they had more chance of crossing over that river first.
Exactly.
Last game on the more receiving end of that fight, thinking of rotating forward. Starla's going to have to do a smoke road with his team to potentially make it back over to Painan itself. I think they got the win of information and know exactly what's happening. They see Starla's go, oh my god, no, it was hidden by the side of the reticule of Anas. That's very unfortunate for them.
Yeah, I was just thinking, third party from Alliance? I think so.
I mean, I think so for sure. It is a little bit hard to third party from that location in Painan itself, but once the team are going to have to move away from the circle edges, then Alliance are going to be able to capitalize on that high ground possibility and high ground position. So I think that overall here, Alliance, they know where to capitalize. They're not taking it hyper aggressive. They're just waiting and praying for the fight to end and then attack the team that might make it out of Painan. If a team even makes it out, because there might be no one after.
Just push the team back, create that suppression for them, and you also create more space for yourself as a team as the circle goes on. Of course, there will come to a point where Alliance will have to be aggressive as the teams get closer, but otherwise, they're playing it really well for now.
So yesterday we had on Vikendi, Frag Machines winning that Sanhoki Vikendi. We'll see if they can try and win themselves that Vikendi-esh Sanhok, as they are dead center circle. They got a nice 2-2 split on high ground positions. The amount of information going their way is huge, and I think that here, Frag Machine, they got definitely a little trick up their sleeve to take this game. As a class game, thinking of maybe rotating on the more northern side of Pineham, which I think is the better course of action to avoid fighting Yalla Esports as a whole.
Max, we can call this Vikhok, and we can call the other one San D. There you go. That might work.
You're not really good at, giving surnames.
No, I'm not.
I realize that. I think. There you go. I mean, I respect the attempt. I'll give you like I'll give you an A for effort. There you go. That's what you get. You deserve it.
Do I get gold star?
No, as you said, like that's pretty hard to get them. But Alliance, you talked about them potentially third party in this fight between Yalla Esports and Class Games. Seem like they are actually going to be getting third partied. One more inside the circle, so Alliance is still not out of the woods just yet.
Yeah, I like the fact that Class kind of disengaged away from that fight against Yalla, realizing that Alliance had the fear of third party. So Class to kind of switch it around by repositioning. Alliance being further back, not quite spotting that reposition, and kind of got caught out of it. And of course, the bridge is still in play for Class because Punishers made their way through the trifecta line. You have Snipers down the south of Punishers, and of course, Canina Power down the south of Snipers. And talking about south, the circle shifts down south in the favor of Frag Machines. But will they hold on to that 2-2 split?
They shouldn't. They shouldn't. Literally, the players that are up north, they should said Ralph on down was outplay and Lord, and they should get back as a four-man team. Because here, especially from the northern side, they can hear a few bullet shots from a distance to be like, okay, the northern side is going to be clustered very soon. Let's rotate down south. You only got Marine Force and also Bloodline that can contest that location. So if you take it as a four-man team, Frag Machine has a great potential of taking the second game today. So really, I want to see them start to rotate. But are they sending their players up north? I think that's what we're seeing, maybe.
And maybe they're sending their players up north because they have more information of teams coming down from the north, and they want to try and pick teams off. And hey, that's a good strategy, but they're going to have to be able to hold on to it.
Yeah, I'm really intrigued to see how that's going to be unfolding on a long run. Seem like Punishers, they're going to crash on the outskirts on Ruins on top of the Snipers. They're going to make their way. But also, let's not forget that if you play in Ruins itself, even though it did get, it does have a little bit of a hard time to move away from Ruins. That's the most technical aspect of Ruins, I would say. Is like dropping inside of it is great, but when you have to move away from it, that's when things get tricky, especially when you have a team like the Snipers on top of that little mountain area. They could see everyone rotating in this area.
I'm a little bit interested on why two of the Punisher players kind of went on towards the north of Ruins, further away from the circle, and the other two kind of went down south. I don't know what they were really expecting to achieve with that, other than just taking longer to rotate. It could work out.
Alliance yesterday, they eliminated Navi on that game on the Wrangle. Can they eliminate another dominant team? Talking about Navi getting eliminated, that's the end of them. Oldboy was the last player, and he will get taken out. 14th position for the Navi boys. But yeah, Canina Power, another CIS team. Let's see if they might just get eliminated from Alliance. Great nade coming out from Black White. Going to connect onto Discrim. Alliance making it up as only one-man team. That's going to be Sunrise under fire, but Canina Power, we said it, they need to try and get those results in. They've been a little bit disappointing on the two first days. Day 3 might be their redemption arc.
Yeah, it was more the fact that they also got third-party once again by Class, and that's what I talked about with these circles of Sanhok. If you don't gain control, if you don't third-party a team, there's a much higher risk you're going to get third-partied. Or actually leave 4 members in one building. That is very risky with Godsend behind them.
Oh, Godsend. They've been taking this fight, like, the rotation of the western coastline has been really clean. They still want to cross over the road, go a little bit downhill, so it's going to be really tricky, but Punishers get spotted away by Blaze Esports. This team, I want to see them perform in really big fashion. They have the potential, they have what it takes to be one of these top teams. It just depends on how consistent might they be. This team coming out from Turkey, but here it is also Iraqi Elite getting involved in this one. Iraqi Elite finds out some knocks on Blaze Esports. Blaze Esports, I wanted to see them perform, but it seemed like I said it and I jinxed it for them.
It's so hard to take a fight when you're out in the open on a team in the compound because those shots have to be on point and accurate. Godsend taking another fight along the way onto the Punisher. Rokus getting those shots off while the revive is being executed onto Marley. So that's great teamwork for Godsend.
Hey, Godsend already up to 9 kills in Pyramid. We said you want to see the aggressive Godsend back into play, and they are delivering in such big fashion. I'm loving it. Canina Power, unfortunately, they did go downhill. They did find themselves a decent compound, but unfortunately it's phase 5, about to go to phase 6. And Kanina Power, if they do not have the meds after that fight with Alliance, I think that they might just go out in 11th or 12th position very soon. So Blaze Esports got to keep that pressure down, but also they are going to find himself in a very tricky position because they've also got to move away from the edge of the circle, downhill in the open arms of Iraqi Elite. Blaze might go down right after this engagement.
Yeah, sure. Frag Machines joined up as a full squad. They didn't in the last circuit. They will in this one because it has shifted away from two of their players up north. Make the way out of the compound they were in, trying to find the members of Godsend once again.
Yeah, Ostrich Warriors, this is not going to be a W for them over on Sunhawk. That's going to be it for them in 11th position. 10 teams still remain. As Blaze Esports said it, they've got to go a little bit downhill. This is going to be things getting super tricky for them. But I said Frag Machine, I thought they would go down south to go a little bit more passive. It seemed like they're going for the aggressive approach, and that is also a very respectable kind of play style. So I think that here Frag Machine pull in the cards that they need to take a really good game. As Iraqi Elite going to start moving away from their compound, going to lose a Mori. Could be followed up with Hamco going down to all Godsend, or also to Blaze Esports extremely soon. As Hamco gets the information on Godsend, going to be trading off a few shots and nades. And here the really Godsend on the receiving end of that fight. Only Navy is going to be remaining. Class Game Esports will be eliminated at the end after rotating for so long away from Painan. That will be the end of their Sandhawk adventure.
How many lives do Godsend have? They've had players knocked down time and time again, but they're still keeping this game alive. The circle has centered up. Nobody's inside it. It's tricky because you got the high ground, you got the open road. Blaze are keeping themselves in the game. They eliminate Kanina Power.
Now, I think Godsend, oh my god, that's going to be it for Blaze. But I think Godsend at this point, they're just like Donkey Kong in the game, just find some bananas. Infinite lives, you're in the jungle, that's where the bananas come from, so easy for them whatsoever. But Navi and also Rock is going to be slowly crunching their way towards his location. Marley should get himself a nice double res normally. But overall, they're still going to be Iraqi Elite moving away from that compound in a deep location. This is so scary for them. But look at that Frag Machine Imperium in the circle, dominating the northern and the eastern edge. They eliminated so many squads in this game, and yet they are holding on strong to the more northern eastern side of the circle. They got themselves in decent position, but this fight is going to be breaking out very soon between Iraqi Elite and also Godsend, as the blue zone is going to be engulfing both of these teams.
Waiting. I know I don't take damage, but in Marley's case, he should, because at that point, he might get distracted by Frag Machines and he could hold on. Look how many medkits he has. Now 4, going to be wasting. That one is going to be left with 3, but he does give him a lot more time.
I mean, really, this is what comes down to what John and Blanco said earlier. Sometimes you know you can't make it. Marley, he knows he can't take this game anymore, but maybe if he can just steal a few more kills or survive long enough to take 3rd position, that might just be also, Iraqi losing in 1, losing in 2nd, and more is going to be left right behind that wooden area behind that wall. And unfortunately, I think this might just be the end. That's going to be his last first aid kit. He's going to have to run his way on forward. Can he see Rauf in the distance? Can he spot a few players? He will not be able to find anyone, unfortunately, and he will go down to the blue zone in 4th position. Still, he tried his best to survive, but it's not going to be...
Man, we're coming down to the final 3 teams. Frag Machines, Marines, Force, and Iraqi Elite. Iraqi Elite only has one more player left standing. That's a Mori. But on the high ground of the hills, this fight between Marines, Force, and Frag Machines is going to start to heat up.
Yeah, Marines in a really good position. The high ground from the southern side is going to be advantage. Coming on through, but unfortunately putting off the res in the blue zone. Oh man, his face 7. You should have known better, Lord. That was a little bit of a risky one, and he's going to get knocked away. Rauf also putting himself in a lot of dangerous positions because of that res, and I think that we might be losing 2 players of Frag. They're still lucky enough to have themselves 1 extra player, which is going to be normally Joker. No, it's going to be actually Outplay down below. So going to be losing 1 player. Rauf is down. Outplay going to have to really pull off a trick from his sleeve and outplay the opposition. As Iraqi Elite, they died. The blue zone was going to be too much pressure. They get eliminated by Marines Force. Outplay going to be in a 1v3. Going to get sprayed down, and that's going to be it. Marines Force is the taking their very first chicken dinner in the EMEA League.
Really nicely played for them towards the end. That high ground was always going to be risky, but they took down Bloodline. Iraqi Elite took down Godsend. Frag Machines got the most out of Iraqi Elite, which meant that Marine Forces, that chain link effect gave them that control in the final 2 circles, but they were proactive on it, right? They didn't stay quiet. They were running and gunning. They were moving and shooting, and they made it work in their favor. Nicely played by them, but also, gotta point out, Godsend. I said they were going to be aggressive. They showed it in this game 1, and it's great to see.
Yeah, Frag Machine, I'm really happy with how they played that game too. Like, I thought they were going to go for the more passive approach, going down south where Marines Force were currently. But I must do like Naruto, open my chakras, open my mind to different opportunities, and I think that they're going for the more aggressive control of the northern eastern edge. It was a super smart play. Frag Machine doing really good performance and almost taking himself that game.
Yeah, almost taking themselves that game, gentlemen. I thought that maybe Frag Machine was going to eke it out. However, you know, just a little bit too slow, I suppose, on some of those final circles. They didn't have much cover, though, to work with Imperium.
Yeah. Yeah, I was, maybe if they had had the 2-2 split join up earlier on, they could have gained more control, but they didn't do it. Didn't go in their favor.
All right, thank you very much, gents. Get you back for our third game here in a few moments' time for the EMEA League as I bring on the experts here for Sandhawk. It's John and Blank joining me here once again. Blank's doing something.
It's an Omega throw. They threw the game. So sad.
And that's the end of the segment. Thank you very much. We'll see you. Yeah, I do feel like they could have made something more of that, Blank, for Frag Machines.
Yeah, I mean, Frag Machines, even when they're not playing out in the blue, they're still playing out in the blue. It's a bit weird, to be honest with you. They were firmly in that circle, and then they weren't. I was like, why are you behind this rock, sir? I know there's a player up there, but you could just, you know, do something.
Yeah, well, let's take a look at the rankings here. We can break this down a bit more after looking at the points coming on in from this game. We have 23 points for Marines Force DE, one of my wild cards. I'm glad to see them getting some points on the board. 19 points going to Frag Machines here, John. What do you make of the overall points coming in?
Pretty standard stuff at the top of the table, as you're saying. You know, Frag Machines, little bit of a throw right at the end there. Kanina Power getting 8 on the board, but the second page standout obviously being both Oshtek Warriors and Na'Vi. The players, all of the teams at the top of the tables overall. Na'Vi only getting 1 point, Oshtek Warriors only getting 5. And we said Na'Vi needed to do more than yesterday. They've started off in the same way they started off yesterday as well. And we don't talk about Alliance.
No, that was, you know, it's a 0. It's a 0. Anyway.
It's a big 0.
That's a bad miss. But anyway, we can take a look at Marines Force as well, as they were able to get the win. Down from the south of this circle. Not that much damage coming in. Actually, one of our lower damage wins here, considering Sandhawk and all things considered. But for Marines Force, they kind of just swept in from the south and got themselves the win off the back of this. It's difficult, Blank, I think, to eventually, if you've dropped elsewhere on Sandhawk, to get onto this island. We saw some teams having a difficult time about those rotations here down towards the southwest.
We did see, you know what? It's even more cement of mine that the Marines Force DE actually deserved that win. It's because they actually fought off against Oshtek Warriors pretty early on. Yeah. They did a good job of doing that too, and they were able to, you know, take that and be like, actually, we've created an opening here. We've brought through the battering ram, and now we can move forward into the circle. They're pretty tactical about it. Made their way in. They had some.